Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? Gracious good morning, good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do and you know why I do it. It is Thursday, May 9th, and it is 2:58 in the AM. And I am reading Daily Reflections, which is the Alcoholics Anonymous reading for today. And I shared that I read recovery readings first thing because I work in the field of recovery. And I like to stay grounded for my day. Today's reading is entitled Walking Through Fear. And the first thing that came to mind after reading that title was, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, that's from the 23rd Psalm. And not a rap song. Walking through fear. It says, if we cling to something, we will not let go. We ask God to help us be willing. And I forgot a word. It says if we still cling to something. So you're being asked to release something, that you've identified in step 4. I'm talking about the 12 steps, y'all. And if you identify something that you're still wrestling with, I'm not sure. A while back there was this book by an author named, I'm hoping I pronounce her last name right, Marie Kondo. And she was talking about decluttering. And she was talking about her culture. And the way that they do things in her culture is you take an object and you hold it up. And you hold it to you. And if you feel no attachment to it, then you should release it. Now, I watch shows on decluttering, and one of the rules of thumb for decluttering is if you haven't used it in a year, you don't need it. And you chuck it, or you recycle it, or you repurpose it, right? But she's saying if it doesn't bring you joy, I'm sorry. Consumerism is real. And we buy things in mass quantity based on somebody else's opinion. Or, it's kind of these subliminal messages, that everything is supposed to make us happy. Everything is supposed to bring us joy. We have to learn to be scripturally sound. And we have to learn to revel in our infirmities. Some things aren't going to bring us joy. Everything is not going to make us happy. Does that mean life stops? The writer says, when I had taken my fifth step, I became aware that all my defects of character stem from my need to feel secure and loved. Bottom line, we all want to feel. Here we go with that word. So I guess that's going to be the word for today. We all want to feel loved. We all want to have a sense of connection. It says, to use my will alone to work on them would have been trying obsessively to solve the problem. See, just me. Thy kingdom come. My will be done. If I identify the problem and I say I'm working on the problem, I'm a hamster in a wheel. If I could fix me, I would have. If I had this magic wand and the capability of changing my heart and making things all right. See, that's why the steps say I make a conscious decision to turn my will over to who? Okay. So if you could fix you, you would have. Now that if you're aware of something, it's the process of making a conscious decision every day not to give in to that, whatever it is that you've identified, But some days you get lazy, and we cling to the familiar. Don't throw that away. That was my grandmother's. Well, it didn't work then. This is my grandmother's furniture. Yeah, and it's rock solid. And it doesn't match anything. And you're not even using it. It's a museum piece. So tell me again why you have it. Oh, sentiment. Okay, I get it. You see, does that make sense now? We hold on to a lot of things that are unnecessary. And you heard me talk about love and juxtapose that against, how we hold grudges and get angry at times. See, we hold on to that anger to justify whatever it is that we want to do. See, that's the excuse. That's the catalyst for our poor behaviors. That's why we cling to the familiar. Oh, this is the way I always do it. But is it right? Is it good? Is it necessary? Oh, sentiment. You remember back in the day where folks had to make cakes and didn't come in this instant batter where you just add eggs, and you had to sift flour and you go through. It was necessary for the time. Let me put it like that. It was necessary for the time. Does it serve a purpose today? Well, if you want to preserve the old school ways, maybe. But again, we want to work in a way that's smarter. Right? And the way to work smart in the things that we struggle with, the way to work smart in our character defects is you take it to the manufacturer. They know all the nuances. They made it. Just like you lay your burdens at the cross, at the altar. As the song goes, is your all on the altar. And see, the only thing that we want to alter is ourselves and our behavior in order to engage in that consumerism, that consumption, the conspicuous consumption. At some point, you're going to have to ask yourself, not does it bring me joy, but does it bring me life? That's the question that should be answered and asked.